Been a long time no talk. Out to get myself some vitamin K, KTM 690. Yeah, my ribs have been healing up. Riding on the bike hasn't really felt too good lately. Funny enough, I've been doing a little bit of jogging without much trouble, but riding, sitting on the seat, bounces my core a little bit, hurts my ribs. Anyway, I've been a little stressed out with all the work and stuff, so I needed to get out, get some wind in my face, so I figured I'd make you guys a video. I really love this motorcycle. These are cool motorcycles. And I watched a movie from video, I should say, from 690 ADV the other day. And he said if you've never ridden one of these bikes, don't talk about it because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And actually, I agree with him on that. And I would go a little bit farther with it. I guess I disagree with him a little bit, but I would go a little bit farther with it and say if you haven't ridden these bikes for any length of time, like any distance of thousands of miles, on one shot, but just that amount of seat time on one of these, you really don't have much of an opinion in my mind either, because it takes a while to fall in love with these things. In my personal experience, like maybe a lot of people fall in love with them right off the bat, but I think for many people that have kind of just poo-pooed them after owning them for a short while, I just don't think they had it long enough. And every time I hop on it, it's like this brand new motorcycle and this brand new love for me. So we're getting a little vitamin KTM. Yeah, I took the 350 out for a little ride earlier. I had to run an errand, so I hopped on that. Need to keep the batteries fresh here while they're not being ridden. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit more fun on the 350, and that probably shouldn't surprise anybody, since I really like motocross bike stuff. It's just lighter, more clickable. I don't know, it makes a little more noise. And so, if I'm being completely honest, I have probably a little bit more fun on the 350 than I did the 690, but they're a whole different animal. The 690 is, I mean, it's confidence inspiring. It's a big machine. It's kind of like going out on the freeway and you're in a little you're in a little Honda Civic or something, and you're out on the freeway and you just have all these trucks going by. That's what the 350 is kind of like. You know, it goes plenty fast. It's not like you can't keep up with anything and things like that, but it's just not as big and as planted as the 690 is. The 690 is just stable. I don't know. It's bigger. It's got a little bit more. I don't want to say it has more power. It has different power. So the 350, I mean, because of its power to weight ratio, it's probably a higher power to weight ratio than the 690. I don't know. I haven't figured it out, calculated it yet or something, but it hooks up, man, and it makes noise, and it's light, and it's fast and everything. But the 690 is just this. It just I don't know, torquey or something. And then essentially the added extra 100 pounds of it is just stable. I mean, you don't have to worry. It doesn't get pushed around in the wind. It sticks to the ground real well, and just killer. So I very much enjoy this motorcycle. I don't know, they're my kids. I just love them for different reasons. And this is my long range commuter. You know, everybody's super excited about the 2019 model, which, hey, fuck, it's awesome. It's a killer bike. I'd own one. I'd buy one in a second. I already own this bike. It's the 2018 and previous. I mean, they're damn good bikes. Don't feel like you have to get the 2019 because it's got the extra counterbalancer and stuff. This thing doesn't vibrate very much, especially after I put these these rally grips on it. You know, they're just soft foam grips. It's not really necessary to have that extra counterbalancer. I mean, it's nice and it's an improvement. I think they should continue to improving things. But if you don't have the money for the 2019, don't feel like you're getting an inferior bike when you get one of these things. And sure, the computer mapping and stuff on it, that's cool. I'm sure that stuff's great on the street and all that sort of stuff. But I end up turning off the the ABS and stuff on this thing most of the time, just because I don't know. I'm a dirt bike rider, man. I wanna be the guy in control. But you know, I don't really need all those fancy gadgets. I ride it in the advanced map all the time, full power, so it's awesome. The new one has a little bit more horsepower. That's great, but I mean, for the mortal human being, this thing, there's no lack of power. But yeah, this thing is badass, man. Yeah, the 690 is rad. So if you're on the fence about buying one of these things, no, it's not a 500 EXE. No, it's not a 350 EXE. But it's just its own animal. I mean, listen to this thing when I take off. It's bitching. This is a stock bike, stock exhaust, everything. So, I mean, I totally missed the shift there. I don't know if I have my foot on the peg right or something. Anyway, you heard it bouncing off the rim load. Slightly embarrassing, but I mean, we were doing 91 miles an hour right there. No problem. Front tire's a little bit low. I don't know. You can see it wandered a little bit there, but that's because I had the front end so damn stiff in this. It is something that I need to do to it. I need to lower the fork oil level about 20 millimeters. I have it at 100 millimeters right now, and I think if I drop it to 120, it'll soften it up just a little bit better for the road. But we'll drop her down in a second. Yeah, it's about 8,500 RPMs for the rev limiter hits. Man, I love standing up at the end of this fast straightaways just to get the air in me. Yeah, bitchin' motorcycle. I don't know if you can hear how cool it sounds since I'm using the microphone, but it's cool. Anyway, so good to get some therapy now and then on the bike. I'm headed up the mountain here. Not quite sure what I'm at right now. Probably 3,000 feet. I actually have my altimeter, so get that started. We'll see where we're at. But I'm heading up into, it's called the Cloud Forest. A lot of people don't know, but Hawaii is nothing but humongous volcanoes. It's 5 major volcanoes, I think. 5. And the one I'm on right now is a little more than 10,000 feet. So we're at 4,000 feet at the moment, and I live at sea level. It only takes me a few minutes to get here. So the terrain changes, and right now we're still kind of close to jungle, but we're turning into ohia trees, which is the stuff that kind of grows on the high mountain stuff. But all this over here to my other side is ginger, and it's warm enough here during the day that you can still get a lot of flowers. But it's also high enough that you start to see some of the lichen and stuff growing on that tree. That's why the bark is all orange. But yeah, so 4,300 feet, and in just another minute or two, I'm going to be as high as Denver, Colorado. So wrap your mind around that. And you can't see in the camera, but I was staring down at the coastline, and as you can see, I'm gonna ride into clouds, and temperature's probably dropped to 60 degrees from, 85 just a few minutes ago. So pretty rad place. 690 takes us cool places real quick. Yeah, we're just cruising. 87, 88. 92, 93, 95. Ow! Just got hit by a bug in the chest. Just a few seconds, man. The 690's right there, 90 miles an hour. She'll cruise that no problem. And I mean, this is a steep ass hill. This is like, I think we're going up like 13% grade right now. There's just fourth gear roll on. 70, 74, 81, 82, 85, 86, 87, 90, 91 in fourth gear. Uphill, you know, at 4,500 feet. Like that's pretty bitchin'. When I ride this thing at altitude above 7,000 feet, you can definitely feel that it loses power. And when I rode my 350 up there, I don't know, we were at, yeah, probably about 7,200 feet last time I rode my 350. And, you know, that thing rips down at sea level. And up there, it felt like a 125. It was just like, I was banding on the clutch and cool. See how getting a little damp up here now. I'm starting to get a little chilly. All I'm wearing is just a long sleeve cotton t-shirt, and you can see the mountain weather. So I'm basically rolling straight into the clouds here. Pretty damn cool. Feels good to get up here. A little coolness on my skin. And then we're going to run out of pavement here pretty soon. Yeah, we're down on a little horsepower. She doesn't like to pull the front wheel quite as well here. 5,000 feet now. Yeah, super cool. Anyway, that's my day. Probably boring the crap out of you guys with this stuff, but back on my baby girl, the 690. Yeah, I know I'm riding in running shoes, but I'm just kind of commuting. It's not like I'm riding off-road or anything. Just rolling down the pavement. Taking you guys for a little scenic tour. Like, got some cars up here that are guarding the forest. Heaven forbid we go into the forest, look at the pretty trees and stuff. You folks that don't own a 690, man, you're missing out. Save up your pennies. Get yourself one of these bad boys. Just going to flow here. Just feeling the flow. Getting my coast on. Yeah, pretty cool up here on the side of this mountain. This is Hulalai. And this is the mountain that's right behind my house. I gotta, most of the time where I ride, there's no riding allowed on this mountain. Thousands and thousands of acres of private land, and you're not invited, so that's okay. They don't want motorcycles on it, I get it. I wish they would allow runners and walkers on it, but they don't. So it is what it is. But I usually go to Mauna Kea, and let's see if you can see these birds in here real quick. We have a lot of these, those are called Franklins right there. I don't know if you can see them in the video, but just like I don't know, a grouse or a pheasant. Just an upland game bird. Tons and tons of them here. Oh, here. Oh, that's a chicken. I was gonna say there's a dead one right here, but there's a chicken. Dead chicken. Yeah, pretty cool up here. I'd love to have a house up here. I think I'm about 5,200 feet or something. Yeah, 5,300 feet here, so mile high, as high as Denver. Hawaii ain't all beaches, man. It's not all beaches. We're in Denver right now. There's all kinds of birds, chickens. But yeah, there's a little bit of you can do a little bit of hiking in here. But for the most part, you got to go out to Mauna Kea. There's some stuff on Mauna Loa, and those mountains are roughly, well, only about 50 miles from where I'm at right now. And so that's why I got the 690, so that I can go out and ride and run on those. And 120 miles round trip. There's no services out there. So when I go out there, I either have to pack a little gas if I want to ride. If I'm actually riding and want to ride for a while, I have to pack a little bit of gas with me, and I just put it in a, an old water bottle. Take a liter with me or something, just so that I have that extra like 20 miles of range for a safety net. But I'm really happy with my 690. It's a cool bike. Really happy with my moto seat. This thing is sticky. Get yourself one of these. Super rad. Look at how soft this thing is. I don't know why people complain about the 690 seat. It's, I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm gonna ride as a passenger here. It's just it's super cushy. I had my mom on this. She's not a small girl. She rode on the back right where I'm sitting right now. And look at that cockpit. Isn't she beautiful? Right? Got my little folding mirror on here. At 40 miles an hour. Look at, she's stable as a rock. This corner has algae in it sometimes, so I better hold on to the handlebars. But give her a buzz around. I've almost crashed my bike around this doing like bicycle, like doing like 60. Yeah, man, she's sweet. Super sweet cockpit. Look at that. Hey, now you're in the driver's position of the KTM 690. Anyway, she as you guys see now, rev limiter 8,500 RPMs. I feel like that's pretty conservative. You can probably rev a lot higher than that. I don't know if they govern the Dukes down to that, but just a big, nice, smooth engine. So, but I mean, if you're on the fence about getting a 690 and you think you gotta have the 2019, I mean that's kind of stupid. I mean, this thing's badass. It doesn't have too much vibration. It's already got one counterbalancer in it. It just doesn't have two. And I put these rally grips on it, and they take out, any vibration that's really kind of felt in the handlebars. I mean, I like to feel a little bit of vibration. It makes me feel alive, like I'm riding a motorcycle, right? This tractor in here at 3,000 RPMs. We're almost a mile high up here probably now. Mile high in Hawaii. But yeah, it's getting a little cold too. Getting a little damp and down in the 50s now probably. But anyway, the 690's bitching, and people that talk shit about it, they just don't have enough time on it to appreciate it for what it is. Like, this is my car. This is my commuter. I don't have a car anymore. I haven't had a car for almost 10 years. I only owned one for about a month. And then I just didn't want to drive it. As a matter of fact, I owned it for 2 months. And of those 2 months, I didn't drive it for a month. So I couldn't justify keeping it around, just sitting in the driveway, just rotting. And everything just rots in the sun here. The ultraviolet light. We got a pheasant here. Little hen pheasant. Chinese pheasant on the side of the road. But anyway, yeah, he's kind of on the money, where if you haven't ridden one, you just don't talk smack about it, because these things are really bitching at what they do. They're pretty damn capable off-road for a 330-pound motorcycle, and this motor's awesome. Engine, I should call it. It's technically an engine. They basically fine-tuned the thing in the Duke. LC4's been around for a long time, but this is like the next gen LC4, right? So it's basically a Duke engine in it, and it feels like it. This thing's fucking amazing on the street. I mean, excuse my French, I guess. Oh, there's a male and a female running in the bushes. Yeah, this thing is just amazing on the road. It's an amazing commuter. It's just so smooth and stable. You know, when I rode my 350 out riding, you know, a few weeks ago when I broke my ribs, and yeah, I'm cruising at whatever 80, 90 miles an hour on the thing over the mountain, and it's stable at speed. It's not like it's not. You know, I mean, if you wanted to get a 500 EXC and do everything that you're going to do with the 690, I mean, it's honestly it's way better off road. I mean, I'm trying to kid anybody. For just no other reason than it weighs damn near 100 less pounds, or it probably does weigh basically exactly 100 pounds less. But this thing hauls more stuff. You can ride it two up. Like you got your passenger pegs down here. Oh, I guess I can show you guys my steg pegs too. So I've got a set of steg pegs. Hopefully the camera's pointing at them. I'm gonna do a review on those at some point. And I haven't ridden this bike off road yet, so I've got broken ribs. So I haven't been for an off-road ride to give you an honest review on them. But so far I kind of like them. So look for that video to come. But you know, this bike is just awesome at what it does. I love my 350. I love the 690. And this kind of play on her. She's got plenty kind power. And yeah, I'll show you this. I mean, you don't need a seat concept seat. If you buy one of these 690s used, you can just ride the thing. You don't have to put anything on it. Like, I put these nice big huge foot pegs on it, the rally pegs. Oh, we're gonna take her off road in here. So look up, look at the street when you're riding. I put these big pegs on it. I put the risers on it. You know, I'm 6 feet tall. It helps me get up in the cockpit a little bit better. You know, risers were $30, right? I mean, who cares? The foot pegs are quite a bit more expensive. I think they were 150 or something like that. But you don't need anything for these bikes. If you have extra money, you can spend it. That's where it goes. It's not like, I don't want to bag on the KLR, but it's not like a KLR 650 where you got to kind of throw a whole bunch of stuff at it to make it a little bit more capable. And they can both do the sort of the same things. Like, yeah, the KLR is kind of a tractor, and maybe it's, I mean, for the sake of argument, maybe it's a little bit more reliable or something, but that's going to happen when you take away performance. Or not, KLR never had performance, but, you know, if you detuned a KTM 690 to the point that it was like a KLR, of course it's going to be reliable. There's nothing to, you're not even utilizing half of the engine, right? This thing, it basically doubles the horsepower of a KLR. But they're just a little bit different animals, man. You don't have to put a fork brace on the 690 to ride it off road. I just set up the suspension a little bit. You guys seen some of my videos, man. I'm freaking, for what it is, I'm shredding this thing off road. And I mean, you get a good rider on it, they're gonna ride it fine. I mean, watch like Adam Riemann ride a KTM 1190. I mean, it's retarded. Those guys are, you know, like KTM rally stuff, and they're just going up in the, riding some gnarly like rocky single track and stuff on 1190s. Those bikes are super balanced and stuff too, just like this is. This is just a little bit lighter, you know, a little bit more kind of, I don't know, we'll call it town friendly. I don't need an 1190 here on the island. I mean, it might be, I've ridden the 1290. You guys maybe have seen that video. Just too much bike for me, man. I enjoy the dirt bike feel, and the 690 gives you the dirt bike feel, but it gives you kind of the road bike manners, or the bigger bike manners, I should say. It's not really road bike manners. It's just pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you're considering it, you know, there's probably a whole bunch of used 2018 and older 690s on the market now. Just pick one up. You know, if you've been saving your pennies, you know, just pick one up. And I would say, for the sake of retail, resale for KTM. I mean, if you have your heart set on the 2019 model and all its new gadgets and, you know, extra fuel capacity and it, you know, not arguably the suspension's probably better than this one. It still needs to be set up, I'm sure, but the fork and shock on that bike are better. It's the Explorer stuff. I mean, it's just better, period. But you know, if you think maybe you won't like it or something like that, then I don't know, find a used 2012 or whatever, 2012 through 18, and pick it up, ride it for a month or two or something, and then just sell it for the same damn money that you bought it for, because the new one's already out, so it's already depreciated. And see if you like it, maybe thrash it a little bit, and if it isn't the thing that you want off-road, then there's that, and if it is the thing you want, then perfect. Go buy yourself the brand new shiny one and do it. But yeah, I love this thing, man. Just a different animal. I'm really looking forward to not having broken ribs again, and riding up to the mountain on it, and going out into, you know, kind of some of these little bit more remote places, and doing my runs. I know you guys probably most of you aren't into running, but I know that's what I'm into in my life right now, and we'll see. I might start racing motocross again. My last couple crashes have maybe, you know, got me rethinking about what I should do. They're not scaring me, but you know, I'm going on 40 years old, and you know, the realities of me becoming a pro racer are none. It just is what it is, you know. That ship has sailed. But I can still enjoy motorcycling. I don't think anybody can stop enjoying motorcycle riding at any age, or not get what they want out of it. And I just need to kind of reprogram my mind a little bit, and just appreciate what I can do on a motorcycle, and just not get hurt, you know. So let's see. Let's roll on from 53 miles an hour in fifth gear. '90. Didn't take too long to do that. Getting a little bit nippy up here. I'm gonna head back down. I don't know if you can hear how cool this thing sounds, but it sounds pretty cool for having a stock exhaust on it. Yeah. I mean, this bike's bone stock. I got that Kev's controller on it, so it's got a little bit better fuel on bottom, but the exhaust and everything is still stock. I've really wanted to change it, but you know, now I got the 350 for riding off road, and honestly, I can't really afford the Acura or the wings, especially now that I'm maintaining two bikes, and I don't know if I really need to. And it's nice that this thing is so quiet in the low RPMs. It doesn't bug anybody. I can start it up in the morning, and my neighbors aren't bitching about it. Like, my 350's noisy, and so I like riding it in stock trim. Do I want to modify it? Yes. I mean, I think that's just nature. We just want stuff faster and faster and faster. It doesn't need to be. But I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to check in with you. It's been a while. I made a couple videos, you know. I doubt you guys watched my mom riding a scooter around. That was fun for me, but you guys probably didn't watch it. So I thought I'd throw up a 690 video. And just out getting a little bit of therapy. Got to go home and do a bunch of chores, and then back to work tomorrow for, you know, another 40 or 50 hours and moonlighting and all that stuff I'm doing. So once I'm healthy, I'll be back to a little bit more riding videos, and I don't know, we can you can see where we're going to go with this YouTube channel stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for you. I'm coming down. You can see the sea in front of me. You went from 5,200 feet down to we're about 2,000 now, and I live at basically sea level. I live at 200 feet, so I'm on my way down. And anyway, hang loose from Hawaii. One more shot of the 690. And I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. Take care.